reception.
And then we're gonna have a board appreciation reception.
Board members, if you would join us in the hallway just for some light refreshments, we'd be more than happy to have you for a couple of minutes, and then when you get your plates filled, you take a little bite, come on back, we'll be ready to start. Okay?
Sounds good, man.
Thank you.
This is Mr. Pilgrim's chair.
We'll get that.
He had knee replacement, is that what it was?
He had a heel, I think you said hip.
Heel.
Hey, bud. How you?
He
It was never expected. And there's a basketball game going on.
I know.
I know you know. Who's gonna do the thing, Jay? Is Krista doing the thing?
She's doing wrestling. She's in Liberty. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. No, I do wrestling. I don't do basketball. Leroy will be there.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah, Leroy will be there. Busy today. I was off work for 13 days, so it was busy when I got back. I'm still busy.
Oh, I bet. Dr. Green, have you had a good day?
I had a good one. I guess it's 5:30 actually worked out good because it made me get out early. You know, normally I'd still be like, whatever, made me leave the office early.
Don't happen a whole lot, huh?
No, my cardiologist says I need to leave the office earlier, so
There you go.
that's what he says. I need to spend less time in the office and get out more. So,
Words of wisdom, yeah.
yeah. Of course, he's my patient too, and I said, "Would you like?" He said, "Oh yeah, I want you to be there all the time." I said, "Okay."
That doesn't work that way, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean.
No executive session. I told Ray I got another meeting tomorrow night. Some debate on whether I'm gonna go to the basketball game or just go home. We got something every night this week.
It's a busy sports week and it's busy. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the basketball game. So it's good.
Saw that did an article with your husband on the about playing with soccer with Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Pretty
That was pretty
That
neat.
was cool, yeah.
That's pretty neat. Waiting on Mr. Campbell.
Yeah, waiting on Mr. Campbell.
Everybody gets quiet whenever we sit down.
I know it. Just waiting on your coffee. Alrighty, well, we appreciate our teachers and our faculty for our reception. I think I can speak for the board. We enjoy what we do. We have a great district, and we're just happy to be a part of it. And again, thank you for how you show your appreciation to us. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask Miss Evie Quarles Bryant if she'd come and lead us in our opening prayer tonight.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us a ability to love and to be loved, of helping us notice those little God moments in the beauty in your creation, and for working in the lives of the leaders around us tonight. Thank you for helping them to make a positive impact on the people of the community. We come to you today, ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support. As we begin this meeting, help the members of our school board have meaningful discussions, allow them to grow closer as a group, and strengthen the bonds of the 96 community. Fill them with your guidance as they make decisions that affect the students, staff, teachers, and friends of 96 schools. Lord, we pray for support in our mission to make 96 a great place for learning, producing the next generation of thinkers and leaders of a strong calling to make the Lord a better place. And finally, Father, we look forward to a brand new season of purpose, hope, and giving in 2023. If your impact in the big is to be big or small, affecting many or affecting one, let us use our time and talents to make a difference in the world. We thank you for all of your many blessings and pray in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Reynolds, will you lead us in our pledge?
Yep. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd just like to say, I think Reverend Pilgrim might have some competition.
I think so.
I tell you what.
I think so. Okay, at this time, I will seek approval for our minutes from the December 13th meeting.
You gotta do the agenda first.
I'm sorry. Need to affirm the agenda.
I make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we can move on to the approval of the minutes from December 13th.
I'll make a motion we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
board comments at this time?
No, just thank everybody for the reception.
Absolutely. It was delicious. Thank you.
And I don't believe we have any public comment at this time. No one signed up, so we'll move on into our recognition at this time.
Ms. Walker.
Ms. Wofford, yeah. Yeah,
Ms.
your turn.
Wofford.
Wofford. And then,
Hey, I'm Ms. Walker. Nice to see y'all again. We just wanted to say from the district, from the teachers, from everyone here, thank you guys so much for everything that y'all are doing. Hopefully, I hope you guys enjoyed the reception. I know it's not a lot, but a little bit to show how much you guys are changing our community. I know you guys put in a lot of hours for our students, which after talking to you before is my #1 concern. Students, students, students. But as I mentioned before, #2, teacher retention. And as I said before, you guys have already been doing so much at the beginning of the year and have continued to do so for us teachers and the staff here. You continue to make us feel like a family, and you've gotten us through some hard times for this semester so far, and some really happy times. And I can say thank you from the bottom of my heart and from all the other teachers with that bonus. That was very, very nice for the holidays. Thank you. But also everything else you're doing for the safety of our students with the buildings and the update. So we just want to say it's not unnoticed, and we appreciate y'all doing what you can for the community, for our kids, and for us. And honestly, with the theme this year being Dream Makers, you guys are helping our kids and us live their dreams. So we wanted to say thank you and show our appreciation.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And the kids have actually helped us get a video for y'all together to show their appreciation as well.
Teach me to learn things, and when they teach me these new things to learn, they give me a new goal to reach.
Keep me safe. Teacher helps me because during progress checks, she helps me learn math better, and she gives me a second chance to do questions.
Get ready for college and to pass college and get ready for that NFL dream.
Help me do fun things like Winterfest.
Well, teachers, they're a really helpful part of the school because they teach you things you didn't already know, and they're really helpful to you. If you didn't know anything, the teachers will be there to help you get to know it. And like if you're having trouble with anything, the teachers will be there for you.
My calculus teacher always helps me to achieve and reach my goals.
They push me, and people around the school help me, like, not give up and stuff.
My district helps me achieve my goals and my dreams because of the Greenwood Promise, where I get to take college classes for free, which helps my education.
My dream is to be a teacher, and the teachers help me achieve the goal by grades and being hard on us to help us learn and grow. Gives me prizes for doing my best, like the cup card.
Helps me make friends, it helps me learn new stuff, and it helps me get better at the things I want to do.
My teacher helped me with stuff that I don't know. Shush helps me make better decisions and helps me read, meet my AR goal, and help me understand things that I don't understand. Takes me on fun field trips.
My coaches, like Coach Avachi and Coach Hudson, they don't really care about the sport that much. They just care about our future and our goals. Like Coach Avachi cares about our grades more than how good we are at basketball. So Coach Hudson.
It gives us skills to be succeed.
Hey Kate, what's your dream?
To be a welder.
So how does your district help you achieve that dream?
They get my grades and get where I need to be, and they have the tools and all that where I can use. Help me learn new things.
So again, without y'all, our kids would be able to achieve their dreams from the prize at the Cup cart all the way up to the Greenwood Promise. So y'all, thank you so much for making dreams come true for them, for us, and helping our community. So just a big thanks.
Thank you.
Now, Ms. Smith.
Well, hello again. I'm glad to be able to come back again this year to recognize our kids, and we thank y'all for your support and our administration for the support of the team. I've had Coach Shaw to help me this year as well, to help coach, so it's good to have someone else to share this with, but I'm gonna call the kids up if you would, actually y'all just come on up and then I will present you with your certificates. We were region champs. We won an extremely close, stressful game, as the parents will tell you, against Mid Carolina in December. Yeah, it was down to the last. Yeah. Facing. Which way do you want them to face? Right here.
Side by side. So we get through, I can get a picture.
No. Yeah. Okay, and we're missing 3 kids tonight. One is in the indoor percussion, one is playing basketball, and another one had a meeting. But I was glad that so many of our parents and students were able to make it tonight. So Caleb Anderson, Caroline Austin, Julia Austin, our captain this year. Chambers Calhoun is missing. Clara Beth Cobb. Ethan Hastings is at indoor percussion. Anaya Loudon's on the basketball court. Hannah Grace McCarty. Ronan O'Dell. I think the paper part. There we go. Becky Grace Sargent. Katie Tolley. Bobby Ruth Works. And then Coach Shaw. You get one too. Don't rush. We don't want to make that surgery any more tomorrow. But I'm very proud of the kids, and we will go to Francis Marion, hopefully, if y'all approve it, in March, March 17th, to compete in the stakes tournament. We do not know against who yet, but it could be back to back to back state championships. We'll see.
Good job.
Good job.
Hopefully.
Good job.
Thank you.
Sarah, did you get them all? Were you able to get, I was gonna buy them up in a little small drink, but you can panoramically get them, I guess. That will go to, Rob McMahon, for the district website.
Well,
And
thank
then
you.
to Darren.
And thank you for listening.
Good job. Good job. Yep, good luck.
Good luck.
Go Wildcats.
Yep, go
Yeah,
Wildcats.
good job. They were sitting down, but they're getting their stuff, they're getting out of here.
Yeah.
They're running.
They were a good basketball game.
That's gotta weigh so much, just pulling her hair back.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna move right on along. Superintendent's report, Dr. Taylor.
Yes, I'd like to, we're having too much fun out there. Everybody's rocking. You know, Miss Walford gave sincere words and really does, I appreciate how she stated that not just her, but the district really appreciates what you all do for us. We know it's a lot of your time, a lot of your commitment and your heart's in it, and we appreciate that. So we want to thank you for that, and we appreciate the work that you do, but also the work that you do with you have such strong ethical principles, and so we're going to share a little bit about that tonight, the South Carolina School Board Association asks us each year to have the board members sign a poster that really talks about ethical principles, and it states, as a member of my district school board, I pledge my efforts to improve public education in my community, and I will solemnly try to represent, understand, encourage, seek, attend all board meetings, work, communicate, support, avoid conflicts of interest, and refrain from using my board position for personal or partisan gain, encourage recognition of achievements of students, and I think we do a wonderful job of that, support legislation and funding, take no individual actions which would compromise the integrity of the board, and to respect the confidentiality of information, study current educational issues, and to participate in training programs. We appreciate you doing that. And then make our district's educational setting the best possible to encourage all students to achieve and to love learning. And so we appreciate all that you do. We thank you, and thank you for signing that, and we will hang that. And thank you, Kelsey. And just thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I did want to share with you in your packet, you have overnight field trips that you have reviewed. Do you have any questions about those or concerns?
Looks like we have 2 from the band and then 1 from the academic challenge. Do I have a motion that we approve these 3 overnight field trips?
Motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Those pass.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mr. Spadaro, you're up.
Good evening, Dr. Taylor, members of the board, and Happy New Year. Welcome back. I'm going to talk about competency-based education. This is in your packets, and we are asking the school board that we are going to pursue state board approval, looking at competency-based education within our district. Competency-based education is designed to improve educational outcomes for students by advancing their mastery of concepts and skills. It's basically classes and skills that they'll take to master objectives based on a personalized and flexible pathway before they advance. So this is talking about some virtual instruction, some learning on their own, not abiding by seat time, and abiding by the 120 hours of instruction. A student may demonstrate his mastery of competencies through his performance based on those competencies or application or both, and a student must receive timely personalized support based on his individual learning needs. So back when COVID happened, we had to get all these waivers approved because we went on, we were home, and there's statutes and exemptions we need to get, like seat time and days of instruction to get credit bearing classes. So that was during, we did that and improved that because that was an emergency avenue that we took because we had to make sure students got the grades and the credits that they needed during that time. This is more to solidify that we still want to go through these avenues with competency-based moving forward. We don't want to do the emergency avenue anymore. We want this to be full-time. We want a district to offer these credit-bearing classes. Just like when you saw that student that wanted to be a welder, well, if he still has to take like personal finance credits and computer science credits and PE credits, he may not be able to go to that welding program at PTC because he still has to take all these credits in face-to-face, whereas if we offer these classes on their own time or through virtual instruction, if he knocks those out in the summer, he can have enough credits to go into the welding program. So it's not going to hold our students back anymore. So again, it's a proviso. So under the proviso Proviso 1.116, districts seeking to implement competency-based education. We have to submit a waiver of application to the State Board of Education, developed by the State Board of Education. So the same thing that we did a few years ago to get our virtual program approved, we have to submit an application to the State Board of Education in Columbia, and they have to approve our application for competency-based. And some of the things that we want to waive is seat time, the 1,800 minutes or 30 hours of instruction that is a statute in South Carolina, 6 hours a day for a school day, and 1 unit of credit for 120 hours of instruction. So instead of the student getting these credits face-to-face with a teacher, they'll basically be getting credits on their own through some form of flexible pathway. But there is always going to be support from either a school counselor, a teacher, or an administrator to make sure that they're on track. So again, this is just basically informing the board that we would like your permission to go for the application for competency-based education, to pursue it for Greenwood 52. Again, it's multiple pathways students can take, and it's K through 12. Again, flexible, it's for flexibility, seat time, instructional placement. Students can get credits by demonstrating mastery of these standards, and it's meeting the needs of all of our students. We plan to offer summer virtual classes as well. Like a student could, coming into high school, can take PE, computer science, and the new financial literacy half credit class that every student needs to have starting next year with all of our rising ninth graders. And this, again, in the future will open up opportunities for youth apprenticeships, work-based learning, and CTE opportunities for our students. It's not going to hold our students back anymore. All right, any questions about competency-based education, and does anybody have any concerns with taking this avenue for our students?
I have a question. It's no concerns because I think it's a fantastic opportunity. The credit by demonstrating mastery, does that mean that they can test out of a class? Is that what that? I don't understand the vocabulary there.
They just have to demonstrate mastery by basically saying that they mastered the standards of that class. And usually, like 95% of the time, it'll be a credit-bearing class, so they'll demonstrate mastery by the grade that they get on that flexible pathway from a teacher.
So it's not that they could say, okay, well, I've already had these classes, so I could get credit for this one just by taking the final. They actually have to, the full course is the mastery.
Yes, that's how we're going to set up our competency-based, because we don't want, we want them to have the credit. We want them to make sure it's a high school credit, so it counts on towards their.
So if they can do it in 30 hours versus 120,
right?
That's how they will get to that credit.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's
so some students can excel through the pathway, through the class a lot quicker than others. Like
sure.
If they take a summer class and it's online, it's at their own pace. So to get that PE credit, they could finish it within a week, or it could take them all summer. Just depends on how they how they space out their pathway.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No, I think it's a great idea. I was just asking for clarification. No concern there. So.
If they do something in the summer, then I'm assuming that would be a graduation credit, so they could graduate earlier than what they're scheduled to.
Yeah, I know we in Greenwood 52 they can graduate as a junior if they have all their credits by their junior year. They're able to walk. They have to, for seniors, even if they're a class or two short, they still have to come take a full load.
Okay.
But I think the goal is for these students that may not be going to a 4-year college, that if we can knock out as many credits as possible, if we know that they're going to go into welding or plumbing, get them into the workforce, get them in doing some work-based learning and youth apprenticeship programs and internships. We really want them exposed to the career, and we don't want like these classes that are a requirement by the state of South Carolina to graduate. There's other avenues that they can take to take these classes, but also pursue a career in welding and plumbing and electrician and things.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
It's all about flexibility.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So do we need to make a motion and vote on this, or?
Not on, is this information only? We just
Okay.
wanted, and like I said, if you had any questions or concerns about us pursuing the application, it's information only, and we'll submit the application probably by the end of this month or early in February, and the application, we have to submit it 60 days before the State Board of Education meets to approve it, and that's not gonna be until around May, so we'll find something out this summer.
Sounds good.
All right, this one you have to vote on. This is our local board approved courses, and it's only one. And State Board of Education regulation allows schools with grades 9 through 12 to award credit for a locally designed subject area course if the course is aligned with current state academic standards for the particular subject area and approved by the local board of trustees. The SCDE is not required for locally designed courses, but it is required for, the LBAs are required for locally board approval. And the class we're looking for you guys to approve is the Pathways to Success class. This course is designed to empower freshman students to become more effective in school and in their personal lives as they master the skills it takes to become successful high school students. The course consists of a series of character lessons, and the purpose of the class is to help students become successful in high school and beyond. Topics include study skills, goal setting, time management, interpersonal relationships, media literacy, financial literacy, career education and planning. Students will work online to strengthen their academic skills and prepare for the Ready to Work assessment. And it is one elective high school credit. We already have 26 students in this class, the Pathways to Success class. And again, these are kind of the students, eventually we want to offer to all freshmen, but we're piloting it this semester. And it's kind of like the students, they don't really know what they want to do yet. So the goal is to expose them to all these careers, all of the things that, all of the pathways and avenues that they can take to be career ready. And it's just, we have Piedmont Tech, we partner with Piedmont Tech and their career development facilitators. They come in once a week and work with Ms. Hamby, the teacher, and with the students, and they take interest inventories, they take the Myers-Briggs strengths assessment to see what they're strong at. They conduct programs such as youth science and virtual job shadowing. It's really just exposing the students to see what career path they want to take, because we're finding during the IGP conference, particularly with freshmen, is they kind of go in there and, the counselor's like, okay, here's your cluster, what do you want to do? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. We're hoping to get the I don't know before they get to the school counselors at the high school, and they actually have an idea of kind of what pathway they want to take based on their interest inventory, based on Piedmont Tech coming in and exposing them to all these careers that they could take at their college, work-based learning opportunities, and internships throughout the community. So we're asking the board to approve the Pathways to Success class at 96 High School.
Is there any questions? All right, do I have a motion that we accept and approve this course for the 96 High School?
I'll make a motion, we approve the Pathways to Success.
Is there a second?
A second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All righty. That passes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. All right, Miss Anderson, policies.
Okay. Before we start, I just want to say a word of thanks to you too. We've worked together as a group for quite some time, and I do appreciate everything that you do for our school district, our staff, and our students. And please call on me if I can ever help you in that endeavor. So thank you so much. I bring before you tonight two policies for second reading. Policy JQ, student fees, fines, and charges, and policy JKE, expulsion of students. I'll open the floor for discussion on those two policies if there are any to be had. And if not, I'll seek a motion to have you approve JQ and JKE.
Is there a motion to approve these two policies? JQ and JKE.
I'll make a motion.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Okay.
Those
So
two pass.
policy JQ and JKE will become policies officially in the morning when they're submitted to the School Boards Association. On page 22 of your board packet, there is some information concerning a change in legislation dealing with the removal of school board members. In 2022, April the 25th, the governor signed a new law to authorize himself to remove certain board members under certain conditions. And this law, change in law, mirrors the existing law regarding the removal of all other elected officials such as city councils, county councils, and sheriffs. If you look in the middle of that page, the criteria for removing would be malfeasance, misfeasance, chronic unexcused absenteeism, conflicts of interest, misconduct in office, persistent neglect of duty in office, and deemed medically incompetent or medically incapacitated. There's a due process with this. The governor will have to notify the board member in writing, and then the board member would have a notice to be heard as to what has happened here, and then a ruling would be made. If that board member is removed, the policy for filling that position is located at the bottom, and the law for filling that, and it will be done in the same manner as provided for full term appointments. So I bring the next policy to you, which is BBBD. On the following page, 23, that's for first reading. And this is a model policy from the South Carolina School Boards Association. I'm gonna leave it on the table until next month. If you have questions, concerns, we can air them now, or you can email me for further information if that's what's necessary. Any questions or concerns? All right, this next item I bring to you is Administrative Rule H-R, student absences and excuses. This was brought to me by Mr. Paul Spadero, and he has requested that on page 25, the bottom of the policy where it's entitled proficiency-based credit, that all of that be eliminated in that particular category. Evidently, we have had a desk audit in our district, and the South Carolina Department of Ed has audited our policies and administrative rules concerning students' absences and excuses, and it is his feeling that we need to remove those items in order to be in compliance. And it also fits well with what he's just recommended to you for competency-based, because it relaxes that seat time too, that 120 credit. So this does not require a vote. This is an administrative rule. I wanted to bring it to you for information, to give you an opportunity to ask Mr. Spadero any questions that you might have while he's here. And if there are no other questions to be asked, then this will become an official administrative rule in our policy manual tomorrow. So I'll pause a minute and see if you've got any questions about what he's proposed.
I don't have any questions, but I do have a statement, just because I noticed it. But under unlawful absences, it says a student ages 6 to 17. 6 is spelled out. Just and no other ages are, so you might want to correct that. And it's also on
Noted.
It's also under referrals and judicial intervention. Same thing there.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Take care of that and make that uniform throughout.
See, I do read this stuff. See?
You did a good job, Mr. Brittles. I'm real proud of you, sir. Thank you. Attaboy. Okay, any other changes that you see? Okay, with that being said, that closes the policy portion of the agenda tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mackey, finances.
Gentlemen, so the monthly financial report for December, with school being out for a good chunk of December, not much change there. Our revenue through 12/31 is about $3.4 million. Our expenditures to this point are about $6 million once you round up. Which, if you look at the 5-year comparison on page 33, that's pretty close to online with where we've been for the last 5 years. Nothing, looking through the expenditures I've provided, nothing really jumps out as unusual. Got any questions on the monthly update?
I think we're good.
All right, so I'll move on to our security system and fencing at the elementary school. As I mentioned last month, we had two vendors bid on it. One was Certified Security Systems out of Lawrence. They had a lot of good references and experience working with school districts, Clinton, Lawrence, McCormick, doing similar projects, cameras, fencing, all that kind of stuff. And then the other one was Safeway Signaling out of Columbia, which the majority of their experience was with county governments and military bases. So they were very well qualified as well. Certified Security's bid was about $160,000. Safeway Signaling's was about $330,000. So we intended to award it to Certified Security Systems. Then Safeway Signaling filed a protest, alleging that Certified Security Systems was not responsive to our bid. So he wasn't saying that they weren't qualified, he was just saying that they didn't meet the requirements that we lined out in our proposal. And so after consulting with Alex, our attorney, who consulted with that vendor's attorney, Alex told us, or recommended to us, that we just cancel what we've done to this point and rebid it out. Because our two options are to either cancel the bid and start over, or Dr. Taylor could have made an administrative rule stating why we awarded it how we did. Then he could have appealed it to you guys, and then you guys we'd have a hearing, you'd sit down, you'd hear the appeal, and then you make a recommendation or make a ruling from there. And then if he was still not satisfied, he could then take it to the legal system. So we don't necessarily agree with the protest, but it's just going to be quicker and easier to cancel what we've already done, redo it all, tighten up some of the areas that the protest has addressed, and go from there.
So they were both companies were given the same information. I mean,
yes, we specified the exact locks we wanted, the exact cameras we wanted, the exact fencing perimeter that we wanted. And so the silver lining of this is hopefully that we'll get at least these two companies to bid again, and we'll have better cost proposals. So maybe the other guys will knock his down a little bit, so it's a little more competitive, and we'll get to a similar place. Just it's going to take another month rather than.
All right, so I'm new to this. So like in the public sector, this is public too, but we do a bid opening and whatever. So all that was done.
Yeah, we did the whole process.
So both of their quotes were read out loud, or they know of each other's quotes?
That's on invitation to bid.
Okay.
So as we read the quotes out loud, or the bids out loud. On the request for proposal, you have an evaluation team that you grade on a certain criteria.
Okay.
And so the protest is alleging that what we asked for, he didn't include specifically. And I guess according to Alex, he's got enough of an argument to where he can drag it out if he wants to. So rather than giving him that opportunity, it's just going to be quicker to
just rebid it.
Yeah, to rebid it, start all over. So it's an unfortunate situation, but really all that's lost is time at this point. So we'll get it cleaned up a little bit, rebid, and hopefully get it done pretty quick from there. And this, I've gone to some procurement meetings with procurement directors throughout the state, and protests. I think in the last year, people have said there's been more protests in the last year than like the last 10 combined. So it's something about the way things are these days, where people want to fight a little bit more.
I understand.
Hey, I mean, if I was trying to get a job to make some money, then I'd probably fight a little bit too. So, and like I said, hopefully we get more accurate cost bids and we get a little more competition. Any other questions? questions on
So
that.
other companies could bid on this one also?
Yeah, so.
It's wide open.
Yeah, so it'll start from the whole process all over again. So, you know, I know last time we had a couple other vendors ask questions related to it, but then didn't put in a bid, so, maybe this time around they'll.
And that's just fencing and security, right? That's not including, like, wanting to add the cover over the sidewalk in the front and all that. That's not part of this.
No, it's just
Just the
fencing
fencing and
with
the
access
cameras.
control locks and cameras on
Okay.
the outside and inside.
Okay.
So it's just a purely security system.
Security. Okay.
And the time frame again?
It takes about 3 to 4 weeks to complete the bid process.
Okay.
From the time you publish it, you gotta give them time to come to a walkthrough and submit questions and all that.
So you're still looking at March, roughly.
Yeah, so if we get the proposal posted here in the next week or two, we'll be able to
At least
have
March.
intent to award sometime in February. Then there's a 15-day window where somebody can protest, and then from there you can skip. So yeah, it'll be March.
Or we could do it all over again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
and then so an update on the old high school. We met with our architect Mark Puccini. We met with him in December. He had initial drawings for us on the renovation. It included renovating both gyms, renovating the cafeteria into a band space, demolishing the part that's condemned, and then the back classrooms in the back of the building that were built in like the 90s, I think it was, are good enough to where we could keep those. So we were going to renovate. He drew those up to renovate those into like a maintenance shop. And then there's a couple classrooms, if you're facing the building on the far right side, that are salvageable also. Convert those into some office space and like conference rooms so that we can get rid of the portable units. So those were the initial drawings. Myself, Dr. Taylor, David Rourke, and Darren Rice met to go over those. We had some couple changes, then we met with him again today with band director David McGree and then athletic director BJ Wirtz to get their input. And then so from there, the plan is he'll make some of the changes that we had today, and then we'll present it to you guys for your input in February. So the ball's rolling, and we're at the point now where we're going to put the bid out for the construction manager at risk. And then, so that'll take a month to get that. So hopefully by February, well, hopefully by February, you can at least have the guy to where he can then get involved and look at it and start giving us accurate cost estimates and you know, identify some areas where we can save some money and you know, just get his input from there. So we'll put that out for bid this month as well, and hopefully have that guy by February. So slowly but surely, we're getting somewhere. Any questions?
Did the architect give us an estimate?
No, so that's not, he sort of gave us an estimate. So it's not his job to estimate. He doesn't know price of materials and stuff like that. But from his experience, he has said that renovation can be between $250 per square foot and $275 per square foot. So it's based on those estimates, it's going to be a lot more than we anticipated. So
I was going to say that's a lot of square footage.
Yeah, it's going to be like 10 to 12 million based on his drawings here. So it's quite a bit more than we anticipated. But you know, I'm meeting with our financial advisor tomorrow to look at our budget and look to see how we can structure some things.
Construction materials are coming down.
They
so
are.
the longer we
And
take,
so
we
he said it's really just school building construction right now is just skyrocketed, just like anything else. So you know, maybe going through the whole process to get all these people on board, maybe prices will start to go down a little bit. And he mentioned, the architect mentioned himself, you know, the construction manager will, you know, he'll be able to say, well, instead of that, let's do this, it's cheaper, and you know, so he might be able to drag the price down. So we'll get better information once we get that guy on board and in on these meetings as well.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks Thanks, guys.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Anderson, personnel?
This will be very short and sweet.
Right.
Last month, I promised you that I would advertise some jobs for 23-24 when I returned back to work, and I did the day that I returned. So there are 2 teaching jobs for 23-24 that are on the website now, and both of those are at 96 primary. And there is a guidance counselor's job that is on the website now, and that counselor is at 96 primary school as well. So with that being said, we started getting applicants the day it was posted, and we're still getting them. Now, Kelly Graham and I have talked about leaving this open until about the end of January, and then taking a look at what we've got, make sure we've got adequate folks to choose from, or make a decision to let it continue a little bit longer. And then we'll do some interviews, and we'll have some recommendations back to you. Now, at this point, that's all I have that I know of that staff has told me this is what we're gonna do, okay? Now, the closer we get to April, the clearer this will be, but I keep telling them all the time, you know, the reason we all went through this profession is to educate children. So if we wanna do children justice, we need to let our wishes be known, so that when we leave, children are not left without an adequate teacher. That's having a heart, and that's the heart of a Wildcat. So I think some of those have stepped forward and they've done that, and I'm proud of them for doing that. And I look for maybe a few more to step forward, not a great amount, but we will continue this process, and I'll keep you abreast of where we're going and how we're going. But this is one way that we were able to get all those positions filled, was by starting early. So that's what we're trying to do, okay? And so just keep your eyes on the website and on social media.
Thank you, ma'am. Anything else? Well, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and
I
a second,
agree.
all in favor? Aye. Thank y'all for coming, we appreciate it. Oh yeah, we gotta get a picture with our poster.
That's fine. Send that